I'm gonna do a video on how to use the Milwaukee cutter. And what first, we gotta make sure you have all your PPE. Second, you gotta make sure you have all the right tools. In this box, you have to have the little holder, this, two 12.0 batteries charged, and then you gotta make sure you have the dies, and then you gotta have a cutting wheel, oil, a pipe wrench, a pipe stand, and another pipe stand. Chain vise. Those are the tools you need to complete this job. Step one is grab this little bad boy and then clinch it all the way through and have this about pretty level. This part right here, move your hand, pretty flush to this or half an inch back. That way it could grab. And I learned that if you put it like right freaking there, that's the best way to, at that elevation. And then you just tighten that. Then you got to make sure this thing is locked. You got the right side. This is 1.25 inch. This is 1.25 inch pipe. And see, you want to kind of be right there on kind of this level so you could push. And then you could start. Make sure this is nice and clamped. And then you're going to grab your battery and then start threading. Then once you start threading, get the oil and start using it and start lubricating and go. And you want to be on speed 1 for 1.25 inch pipe and bigger, and this goes up to 2 inch. So 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch, and 2 inch, you want to be in speed 1. For speed 2, it'll be 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch. And you want to use the big 12.0 batteries, not the 5.0. So make sure you got the 12.0. Just put a little bit of oil to start it, and now put it in. Is it on forward? Start forward. Yeah. Go. You're on reverse. Forward. And you gotta give it a little push right here. That catches. Oh. Make sure you're oiling as you go. Slow down. Go. No, keep going. Keep that constant oil, because if you don't keep that constant oil, it's gonna fuck up the thread, and it's gonna get too hot, and they're gonna burn off. And then when you stop, when you see like two teeth past this, that's when you stop. Keep going. Stop. Just let it cool down for a bit, and then you hit the reverse button right here, and then it's gonna, yeah, and then hold it up because it joints a little bit. What, it's gonna hit that, and then start reversing, and the thread should be nice and cut, and that's how you use it. And we'll see if the threads are fucked up. And then you just check the threads, make sure there's no fucked up ones, because if you don't oil it, it'll fuck them up. And then you always get a fitting to test out the threads and see if they thread. You get your fittings, make sure they're good. And usually when they're dies like that, you always get a good thread. But when you get the big Milwaukee cut, you always got to make sure you get at least 3 turns. But these you're not worried about, because it's pretty much the dies already set for each size. But that's how you use it, and you cut it, and we're all done. You could cut the pipe with the bandsaw, but preferably, if you can, you need to get the cutters, because you want the straightest possible cut. So if you cut pretty good with the bandsaw, you can use the bandsaw, but preferably try to get some cutters so it's as straight as possible. And then make sure you have that straight. And then when you're cutting, you only do 1 or 2 turns and then spin. If you over tighten it, you're gonna break those little blades. So you keep spinning, then tighten, and then you keep going, and that's how you cut it. Little run through again. Make sure it's on one. I think it's heavy. So she said.
Well, the way it got cut, we need to bevel it for, I think. You have a big rigid remote.
Sometimes the thing doesn't go in, so you gotta bevel it real quick.
We gotta go with that way.
Yeah, but you always have to have that.
Go different.
Go real quick. And you gotta push right where he go. And then, like I said, make sure when it's like too past, go. When it's too past, like 2 teeth past, then you stop. More oil, Lisa. Right there, stop. Let it dry for a bit, let it cool down, and then push it up a little bit. That way, yep, and now reverse. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. You don't have to oil when you're reversing. And that's pretty much it.
There's no more like friction.
Yeah, it just... The heat is created when it's like going in.
Yeah. Moving the metal. Waste.
You just check threads, make sure they're good, and then wipe them off real quick. Like